Hi guys, Chamion here from Food by Chamion. I hope all is well. I am getting ready to cover a cow heel sauce demo for you all. Let me start by saying that I apologize very humbly to my Hindu supporters and other supporters that don't eat beef. You all will realize using wisdom. I spoke on it a couple of times that I don't cook a lot of beef or pork is for great reason because all my supporters and fans and friends are important. You all are important to me. So for that purpose, I stay away from it. If you didn't know, I'm going to just give you a little idea of what happens with different religions. They believe what they believe in, and Hindus, they don't eat beef. The cow is a sacred animal in Hinduism. It is what it is. We are not to bring down any one religion or shoot down anyone's beliefs and so forth. I also have a lot of Muslim supporters. They don't eat pork, and this is the reason why you hardly see me doing any demos with pork or beef, right? It's for the 7 days either. I have a lot of 7 days supporters, and the Adventists. They are known by the same thing internationally. It doesn't matter if I'm a Trinidadian, the religions are known by the same thing internationally. I might also have Jewish supporters because they don't eat a lot of stuff too. They consider it unclean. Same thing with the other religions. So first, let me just apologize for that humbly. You all know I stay clear of offensive meats a lot of times, but I just want to cover this. Okay, so for this, you will need some curry. This is what it looks like in its raw form. And of course, you will need cucumbers, a medley of fresh local seasonings, and lime or lemon juice or both with some salt. Keep watching and I'll show you all the steps that is needed to make this curry sauce. So guys, I have my full setup for my curry sauce. This is some chives, as it is known internationally, or sides locally. Chardon Benny. Chardon Benny is a herb that is native to some Caribbean islands. And celery. Celery is in there also. Celery is really good for sauce, right? So it's a blend. I don't put pimentos and garlic in my sauce. I don't like it with those things. You all know I'm very real and direct with you all, right? This is some coarse sea salt. I love it a lot. It is going to dissolve, right? Here I have some regular onion rings. It's not white onions, and I have some cucumbers that I run on the mandolin, that I get into slices on the mandolin. The mandolin is a very effective kitchen tool. It's necessary, I will say, because it gives you nice uniform pieces all the time, and that's important for food to be uniform in size and shape. If you look at how the cucumbers are cut, I always cut it like check. So I skip pieces. I use a peeler to accomplish that, so it won't be too green or too white. Here is my veg peeler that I use to do that all the time. Okay, so you want to use that to accomplish that. If you don't have it, use a knife. This is my reamer. It's a wooden reamer. It's how we get juices out of citrus, any citrus. So I have some, I didn't get it, I have some fresh lime juice. You can use lemon, like I said, or a combination of both. I did not do it on set, so of course you would not have seen me using both tools that I just showed. You can hand chop your herbs and so forth, but this was processed in my food processor. There is a scissors that I got. The scissors is just a marvelous tool. I love how life is becoming easier for those that cook, whether home or on a commercial scale, professional scale. This scissors, it's geared towards herb. There is a lot of blades in it, and it does a very marvelous job. So by the time you give one cut, several pieces come out at once, and I love it. It's going to save a lot of time. If you want to know where I got it, comment below. I'll be more than happy to share, as I always do. So without any further delay, I'm getting straight into my demo. It's going to be lightning fast because everything was done. I will say that I did pressure cook my curry. If you don't own a pressure cooker, you don't like a pressure cooker, just boil it until it's tender. However, I will advise or suggest that you own a pressure cooker. There will be times when you don't have time to wait for these tough cuts of meat to cook, and you get it in your pressure cooker. It cuts the time in literally half. I'm not kidding you all. So I'm going to start by adding a bit of my coarse sea salt. Don't use too much of salt, please. You all know how I feel about that. And when you are using the coarse salt, less is always more, because remember it's big in grain effects here. Okay, I'm going to add my seasoning, all of it. It's not too much, and make sure you use freshly blended stuff to cook with all the time. Don't use any stuff that was sitting in the refrigerator and any shelves at any supermarkets and so forth. I'm going to get in exactly 3 ounces of fresh lime juice. I'm going to give you that in tablespoons. It's equivalent to 6 tablespoons. I'm going to get all of it in. Followed by my half of my onion rings. I love onion rings for sauce, by the way. It just makes for pretty presentation. I'm going to get all my cucumbers in. Lots of cucumbers. Really, cucumbers helps give sauce its taste. It won't ever be the same without it. I didn't say when you are finished boiling your... When you are finished, you can also put a hot pepper in your blend of seasoning, okay? Just once everyone that's going to partake or eat from it, they are on board with eating spicy food. I didn't say when you are finished boiling your meat, any meat for sauce, you want to rinse it out in room temperature water. Okay, I know you all understood what I said, so I won't even go further with that. Always rinse it out because it's somewhat dark and discolored once it's finished cooking. Okay, and get it in some clean water. You don't ever put sauce together in the water that it was cooked in. If you are going to travel with sauce and all these things, you need to get it on an ice bath. All foods need to be treated properly. By that I mean get some party ice, as it is known here in Trinidad and Tobago. The ice you buy at your supermarkets and so forth, get some of that. If you have a cooler, it's even better. Put it in there and put it in a container, or you can just simply, if you are serving it for a function, get it on the same ice in a shifting pan. You're going to put the shifting pan with ice, and then you are going to put your next shifting pan of ice on top of that to keep things right where it needs to be. Food have very short lifespan, and that's why a lot of persons get sick and they don't understand why. Even if it was prepared properly, it's because the lifespan of food is very short. Okay, and it's this easy. I'm just going to get it into my bowl for final presentation. I'm going to add some more onion rings. I'm not saying enough. You know, beef and so forth, they have a special scent, okay? So you want to make sure that you get some good lime down in here. You can also use a bit of ginger, but I don't really like those things in sauce, I'm being honest again. So, it refrigerates very well. The only thing is the cucumber somewhat becomes kind of weighed down from the water, and it turns into more gel form once it's refrigerated. But I would say if you are refrigerating it and you want to serve it, before serving, take it out for about 10 minutes for it to drop in temperature. Don't ever microwave your sauce. Don't ever microwave your sauce, okay? Take all those tips that I give you all. So I'm just going to get it into my bowl, like I said, for final presentation. And that's the end of this demo. It just looks so gorgeous. Realize I didn't use plenty salt, okay? I know some persons will use things like what is known as vetsin here in Trinidad and Tobago in their sauce. Listen, that's on you. There's a lot of controversy in the use of MSG, but I can say that a lot of the complete bottle seasoning that we purchase from time to time at the supermarket, when you start reading labels, you're going to see it's hidden in there. Unless you see a label specifically marked no MSG, then you know it's not in there. And let's hope that the companies that put that up, it's not just a marketing ploy, but they really don't use MSG. Let's hope so. But MSG have a distinct taste. There's a distinct taste. I know a lot of Chinese that will cook with it. What they will use in its place is they will use some sugar, some regular granulated sugar or white sugar. Because if you think about how MSG tastes, if you ever had it in its raw form, it's somewhat sweet and sour at once. And I did a study on it some time ago, and they were saying that persons become addicted to it. Also, it's a lot of persons are allergic to it. So if you're going to serve MSG in anything, be careful and make sure to say it contains MSG. Be sure to announce that, okay? And it's this easy. Really, it is this easy. I'm going to just ladle out some of my liquids. You don't ever want Souse dry, okay? I'm just going to ladle out some of my liquids, and this is the end of this demo. The pleasure was my own. You all know, or if you don't know, I'm telling you now, Food by Chamion, we are all over social media. We are on Instagram. We have a public Facebook page. When you're working with liquids, always use a ladle, it makes more sense. A pot spoon will have you there all day, and if you try pouring it in, you might have a lot of spillage and issues going on. We are on Instagram, we have a public Facebook page, we have a YouTube channel, I have an email address for the business, which is foodbychamion@gmail.com. Use all common letters. We have a website, that address is www.foodbychamion.com. It just looks so gorgeous, guys. The pleasure was my own. I thank you all for your amazing support, well wishes, encouragement, commenting, viewing, sharing, everything. Until I'm with you all, bye, and thanks for watching.